What's going on, YouTube? So, excuse my appearance this morning. I'm running a little bit behind. Lips is dry, but no, I feel good though. You know, I got these shades on. Ain't no sun out here. The car, lights are really affecting my eyes as I've gotten older. They've always been a problem, but I think lights are really getting brighter and brighter and brighter. I don't know who else is affected by that, but it's better to protect your eyes and be able to see. Like, I have to put on these shades. They're nothing special. The special part is that they're a 65 millimeter frame, because I have a really big head. So it took me a while to find something that actually fit and don't like press up against my head. Really inexpensive off of Amazon. Amazon's the place to go. This is no paid ad or anything like that, but if you need anything, I would always tell people to go to Amazon. It just saves you the trouble of having to hunt, you know, because it's typically right there. So yeah, just check that first. So yeah, I found them on there, and they came in the mail while I was away this weekend. Goes into what I was going to talk about, which was camping. I don't know who goes camping, who has ever gone camping, but I go camping. My nephew is involved with the troop, and I was one of the leaders that went with him. As a kid, I've camped every year from 14 until I was well into my adults. Now he's involved, so this is his second trip, but his first trip, where it was so cold. How cold was it that everything that had moisture on it was like frozen? Like, the first night was like 25 degrees in the morning, and then the second night yesterday morning was like 23 degrees. It was 23 degrees real temperature. We woke up, everything was just crispy, crackety cold. It was cold. And I'm in the bed outside, you know, no tent, you know, this made shelter out of tarps, thinking to myself, man, I'm all right. But because I, you know, of course, have like 5 layers on. I have heat warmers in my socks. I have a blanket. I have the proper sleeping bag, you know, and then that's the reverse on the other side. So I have blanket, sleeping bag. Then I have a mat. So I have a nylon hat, a regular hat. I got on 2 pairs of socks, heat warmers. I'm good. Like, you know, I'm quite toasty. Every part of me that wasn't in the tent, either my eyes, my head, and you know, fucking asshole, bus driver cuts in front of me, and I have right-of-way traffic. I mean, these school bus drivers drive as if they're in a Miata. You're driving a school bus with children on it, you know, and it's just a shame how recklessly they drive, you know, and you're not the bully of the road because you're driving children. You should be a little bit more cautious. You know, I just saw another guy, I'm driving this way, he comes out of a side street and comes across me, never looks at the other opposite traffic, and almost get T-boned. But I look at him, he's on his phone facing the opposite way. He never looked in the direction of the traffic, and it would have been all his fault, but he would have found every way to blame the other traffic. It's just sad out here how people are just careless with other people's lives. You got these other people's children on your car, on your bus. Drive like it. But anyway, yeah. So camping was it was nostalgic for me, because I remember my first camping trip being so cold that I just wanted to cut my feet off at the ankles. You know, you pack your stuff up, and you 14 years old. I was 14, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going camping. It's cold, but I'm going camping. I'm sleeping in a tent. It was just something so outside of what I normally do, because I'm a city kid. So camping was like, okay, this sounds cool, you know. And I packed my little stuff up. No my direction, because I never investigated. It was no, hey Google, what do you pack for a cold weather trip? You know, of course it was literature and stuff like that, but me being 14, I didn't look at any of that. I packed what I thought was right to pack, and I went camping. I mean, fast forward to 2:30 in the morning that next night, like the uncontrollable shivers, you know, because I'm cold to my bones, and I can't find a way to get warm. So I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. This is how I'm gonna die. I'm gonna be a goddamn big black popsicle, you know. But then I get some hot chocolate. I change my socks because that's key. They tell you that, you know, at nighttime you change your socks that you had on the day of, because they're full of sweat. Although they might not feel soaking wet, they're full of moisture. And as soon as that cold hit, boom, they turn to ice. You know, if you don't do nothing else, change your socks, change your undershirt, that wet t-shirt that, you know, might not feel wet, you know, but it's full of moisture. You know, so that's the first thing, a mistake a lot of kids make. My nephew, on the other hand, you know, he made that mistake and other ones, but I must say he made it through the night. He didn't wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, shivering or nothing like that. He might be a little bit more of a trooper than I ever was, you know, because I wanted it to be right. You ain't gonna I'm not gonna freeze all night long. Somebody make me warm. You know, that was how I felt. I'm out here. I made the mistake, but I need somebody to fix this. Where's an adult? Come fix this problem. You know, I felt entitled to protection. You know, as every kid should. You know, and I even give that to the youth now. Being as I'm the leader, you know, I know kids do dumb things, so it's our job as the adults to give them that protection that they are definitely entitled to. You know, they're gonna do some stupid stuff, but we should have extra socks and extra hand warmers and extra jackets and extra boots and stuff like that, because they gonna mess up because they think they know everything, and we know they don't know everything because we didn't know everything when we were them. You know, so we have to, you know, fill in those blanks for them. But we also have to not be afraid to be a little scolding or authoritative with our speaking, to let them know that area right here was a mistake. Where's the problem? How are we gonna fix it for the next time? Because if we just mull over it, fix the problem, and never address what we could have done differently, then they're gonna rely on you to be the source of the help for the rest of their goddamn life. Now, I refuse to be bailing somebody out of jail because they ain't learned that lesson when they was young. I'm sorry. But this weekend was great. It really was. We had a wonderful time cooking on a fire. I don't care what it is. It could just be a hot dog, and you put that thing on your bun that you dropped on the ground, and you squeeze your ketchup on it or whatever. You like, I cooked this hot dog, especially a kid who don't cook. You know, once you have that first experience of making your own meal, whatever it is, you know, if it's a pot of spaghetti on a Coleman stove, you know, you like, man, this could be the best spaghetti ever. Your mom couldn't have got you to eat that at home, but because you've assisted in making it, you're proud of it, and pride makes you do some dumb stuff, you know, and pride makes you do some things that'll get you over some of these humps, you know. So kids typically, I've learned over my many years of doing this, that we build character and pride in them, and it helps them overcome a lot of things that at home their parents are like, they would never, I have never seen. But we like, well, they do it all. I'm so dry, I need some lotion before I dry up. We like, well, we seen that, you know, week number 2, like, yeah, your kid cooks, yeah, they wash dishes, yep, they do all, like, what? They wash some dishes at home. I'm like, well, you got to set the environment to where they feel empowered to want to do so. You know, if at the end of the meal you do it for them, then no, they're not going to never do it. But if you have a chore chart and you say this is your day, and you know, and you empower them to do it, then they're going to do it. You know, I know it's harder at home, but we probably start these new things in them, but they have to be reinforced. These kids go home and it goes right back to their mom taking their equipment and then putting it up for them, and the kids don't even know where the hell is that, you know. I think we need to empower kids. You got to push kids more. You have to encourage them to be leaders, and you have to be the change. You have to think for them. You have to use a little bit of adult mind on them. You know, they can't possibly see it the way you see it because they ain't lived no time yet. You know, it's a little bit of positive manipulation. You know, you set the environment up because you love them so that they can grow accordingly. if you're just waiting for stuff to happen when you know what the outcome could possibly be, then you aren't being positively beneficial in their lives. You have the opportunity to set things up to whereas they're learning a lesson, they're feeling empowered, and we're all happy for it, you know. But if you're just letting things go la-di-da, you know, and get upset when it don't work out, it's partly or majority your fault, you know, as the adult in the kid's life, you know. So I just feel like we as the leaders of these young men set environments, set traps, and set opportunities for them to feel empowered. We helped with getting the supplies, we helped with transportation, but we leave it open for them to be natural leaders and step up. And out of gas, I drove all that time yesterday and getting no gas. I'm about to be stranded out here, but I'm gonna get back to that. But we set opportunities up for them to naturally shine as leaders and thrive. And it was so beautiful to see that in front of your eyes. A kid who he never talked, but when it came, he saw that stove, and in him it has his ability to wanna cook. Start making the dinner, and voila, he's so proud of himself. Like, yeah, I made that. And the first person to say, this is good, he'll never forget that, because I was that kid. I didn't like chopping down the tree and all this stuff or whatever, chopping up logs. That wasn't my thing. But I love to cook. I love to, you know, get that stove out and get my Dutch oven and help prepare the meal, you know. And when soon as that first person say, man, this is good, or it's better than what my mom made, I'm like, I did that. Put the shades on, drop the mic, you know. You just feel proud of yourself, you know. Pride goes a long way. It makes you stick your chest out and hold your head up, you know. Just a side note, I got my 23andMe results back, and I will be doing a video on that. And knowing where and who I come from, it adds a level of pride, you know. Being an African American person, you know, I believe reparations should be free ancestry, because we ain't never gonna get to 23 acres and a mule, but you can at least tell us from whom we come for free. Well, I gotta pay $99. You stole my people and you brought me here, raped and robbed me of whoever I did or whatever identity I had, but now you gonna pay me or charge me to figure out who I am. Makes no sense. It should be free for the people. Black Lives Matter. But anyway, I just want to sum all that up by saying that adults need to be adults so the kids can enjoy being a kid, because there's only a short moment in their life, and in that they'll be better adults for it. You know, they won't be still going around here, nobody loved me, nobody helped me, nobody did it, because, you know, that should only go around one generation where people feel like they were overlooked, you know. But once you see that was how it was for you, you make the adjustment for the next group. I am a better supporter and teacher than I have ever received. Bless the Lord, I still have all of the people who made me in my life, and they might take credit for parts of me that I don't think they should take credit for, because I believe who I am is the direct result of what I feel like I didn't get, you know. That's no dig, no jab. It's just that God, Jehovah, Allah, gives us the opportunity to be the change that we want to see. There's a lot of injustices and a lot of things that we as human beings don't get, don't receive, try to overcome in our lives. And it's for us to be better than what we've been through, not a direct result of what we've been through. I lived in the hood. I don't have to talk like it. I might have been abused. I don't have to walk like it. I ain't come here to preach. All I'm saying is, it's for us, the adults, to walk and be an example of something that we want to see, so that it doesn't keep going on and on and on. And that's what I try to do. And I implore all of you to do the same. You know, you can never blame a kid. You can never beat a kid. You can never punish a kid into doing the right thing if you out here doing the wrong thing, because they just gonna follow what you do and not what you say. That's just how I go. And there's an exception to that rule. There's a lot of kids out here who see wrong and do right. And I believe, one of those kids. I saw many people out here doing drugs and outside of themselves and thinking they're in themselves, but you knew that ain't you. That's something outside of you. That's something that's not you. And I was like, as a kid, I don't want to be outside of myself. I like myself by, like, you know, just as natural as existed. So I never experimented with drugs. I never felt like I needed to overdrink. You know, I thoroughly like who I am. You know, unseasoned, without any extra spices on it. I'm good by myself. I don't need no encouragements. I think I would be a little too overwhelming if I was on drugs. But I just implore all of you to go out and be the change you want to see. You know, set a positive environment for a child. Let a child have an environment that's loving and supportive. Support. And support ain't buying nobody nothing. There's more than that. Support is actually being there. Being there. Your face. A kid would rather say, man, you was there too much than you wasn't there enough. And on that note, peace and blessings. Enjoy the rest of your day. Protect your eyes if the light's too bright, but you gotta still keep going towards it. I'll talk to y'all later. And yes, look out for that 23andMe results video. I had the DNA testing. That should be coming out shortly. Subscribe, comment, like. Thank God for my new subscribers. They're awesome, commenting already, and just really good spirits. You know who you are. You know, I've been around this channel for a while, but you know, I'm growing this community and this base of people who, you know, want to hear me rant about locs and other fun things. I'm Ashy. I'm gonna go find me some lotion before I drive right before your eyes. And I'm also gonna go get some gas before I'm on the side of the road needing a subscriber to come bring me a quart of gas. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.